concrete shoes, he would have you, darling, in the second row.
If you had a time machine, how would you use it?
Have you watched Steins Gate? I wouldn't. If I had a time machine, I would probably go back and make very different fashion choices this morning. No, I'm kidding. I actually love what I'm wearing. I don't know. I would be terrible. I would want to go visit like historical, like things that were so remote in history that I feel like surely nothing I can do is going to change it. Because I'd be that guy that like steps on a butterfly and then I come back and like Donald Trump is president of the world. I'm like, the idea of being in a time machine terrifies me. If I had one, I'd be like, ha! No, I'm just gonna take my bicycle. Thank you. You.
What do you feel about people shipping you with Todd?
Have you seen Todd? I'm fine with it. I don't know how Todd feels. I don't particularly care. I like being shipped with hot guys. I mean, come on. You only live once, right? I love all the girls are like, okay, ladies, what's in that for you? Can you explain that to me? I don't understand it. I get what's in it for me. I totally understand. I'm like, yeah, I ship that. Why, I don't, it's, you know what? God bless you for shipping it, because it validates me in some weird way. You!
What's the best bomb anyone's ever left you overboard?
Ask me if the 18-up pedal. The second best bomb that I left for Todd, actually. I'm just gonna try to like not be obvious about opening my Dr. Pepper. So there's an episode of Italia. Thank you for not shrieking. What did I just say?
You promote.
So there's a scene where you know, Big Brother France is teaching little Italy about the birds and the bees. I mean, who better qualified, really? And he's like got this little book, and he's like, well, the two people love each other. And then it's like 30 seconds of beep, and then beep, and it's hysterical. Well, so the beeps were not there until post, which means I had to say stuff. And Todd had not recorded yet, and I knew that he would hear whatever I put there, because the engineer would make damn sure that he did. And they would beep it out in post. So, I cannot repeat anything I said, because literally there was nothing written there. Jamie Markey, the adaptive writer, just said, Tatum, I trust you. in the margins of the script, and I'm like, let's do it. Well, the two people love each other, Todd. And I just went off like 30 seconds of like the most insanely solicit, like just awful sexual things in the French accent. This is hysterical to me. And then I left. The engineer that day was like, that's hot. That's a hot way to live. And I know it works because about a week later, Todd was in, and he was just coming out of the booth as I was going in, and he's like, "Hey, Tatum, how's it going?" Oh, you heard? You in the back, and you got a little red thing in your hair. That's a hat. Yes.
Curious if you've ever had conversations in your head with characters you played.
Frequently. Sometimes they bleed into real life, and weird shit happens. The characters are never very far from the surface because I'm a little psychotic. And once they establish, some of them just sound like me, so it's just like I have to kind of get in character, like I'm doing something I don't like doing personally, but I know this character would not have a problem with. Boom, okay, we're Kyoya now. Because Kyoya can totally negotiate buying a car, which I hate to do. And I'll be fine. I just come with blackmail pictures for the salesman. I believe you can get us a better APR. Slide them across the table. I get myself in trouble because when I'm in a giddy mood, I tend to prank people with voices all the time. So if I go through like a drive-through, Funimation has several drive-through restaurants very close to its studio, and so everyone that works there hates their lives. I'm like, oh, I'm night shift again, god damn it. So I have gone through, when we were recording One Piece, my first stint in One Piece was as Inaru, the bad guy Inaru, this guy PR, who's one of my favorite voices, because he's just this big guy who's very douchey and evil and has lightning powers and blah, 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 and he has this ridiculous yahaha laugh. And Mike McFarland, the show's director, thought it was hysterical. He loved it. So we'd go to lunch, and he'd be like, you order, you get everything, and you stay in voice, you stay in character. I'm like, all right, I'll do it, it's fine. So we'd go through a drive-thru, and this would happen all the time. So my thing was to go into a Jack in the Box drive-thru. And be like, hello, Jack in the Box, do you look for I would like a number 6 with curly fries and an Oreo cookie shake. Thank you, would there be anything else? Yeah! No, I'm good, thank you. They don't react at all. I could come through naked on a friggin' rhinoceros and they were like, here's your bag, sir, do you need any napkins? Because they're so used to being messed with by us voice actors, right? They started giving us free stuff just to make us go away. They're like, here's a coupon for a restaurant competitor of ours for $30. Could you not come back, please? I do that. I've actually ordered in 4 different voices. Like you never had to. You ever been driving the car when you're driving and everyone wants something, and so and they all order over you? Because you don't want to be the guy that's like, oh yes, I'll have a cheeseburger and a Coke, and a cheeseburger and a Coke, and a cheeseburger and a Coke, cheeseburger and a Coke. So I would go through the drive-thru once people were like, oh, they're bored with Inaru, are they? All right. Way to go through and be 4 people. So I'd go through and be like, oh yes, number 6 with curly fries. Oh my god, wait, does they have cinnamon sticks? Will you shut up? I'm trying to order blah, 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 blah. And that's 4. With 4 people. And actually order 4 meals with dessert and everything. And then drive through and have a, here's your order. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. With all this food I'm never gonna eat. Just like, you there, you look like you need a number 6. You there, you get a burger, and you get a burger, and you get a burger. Look under your chairs, you all get burgers. You with the blue, the thing, what are the PJs? They're PJs. Let's just be adult about this.
So my question is,
I thought you took your... My question, Sensei, is...
suppose your version of Hercules from Smite took the place of the Disney version of Hercules in the Disney movie. How would he interact with the version of Hades in there that was portrayed by James?
Jesus, I don't know. He'd live in a nicer apartment, I can tell you that. God, I don't know. I feel like, wow. He'd be scarier, because it's young Hercules, like in the movie, which I love, by the way. Man, I want to be in a Disney movie so bad. It was my dream. So, did y'all see The Jungle Book when it came out?
Yeah.
I loved that movie. But from the bottom of my heart, fuck those people! I wanted to be Shere Khan all my life! Benedict Cumberbatch comes up, oh, I'm Benedict. Fuck you, Benny! Who were you 10 years ago? No, he sounds great, but I'm like, I'm gonna have to wait another 30 years for this to come back around. Like, I'm never gonna be Shere Khan. That was my Disney villain growing up. I loved Shere Khan, the tiger. Y'all know this story. Another one. You, Kiki.
Hey, which do you find more stressful, voice acting or ADRing?
It depends. Voice acting can be very stressful, especially when you do a lot of commercials, which I do. Because Dallas-Fort Worth tends to be a pretty stressful, not stressful, a very big VO commercial market. And sometimes you walk in, and if it's like something from Funimation, I mean, I know everybody at Funimation, so everyone's family, and you know, like, hey, Tatum, try not to screw it up, ha ha ha. You want a burger? Here. So it's a known quantity, but you know, when you're when you're working with an agency, and you go in, like, okay, you just won this big national spot for CC's Pizza, go and do it. And you're like, okay, and you go in, and there's like 12 people in the room that all have like a financial interest in the account, so they're like, and it's simple, I mean, it's simple copy, but they'll just tear it apart and be like, could you really emphasize this word more? And we need you to shave off like a second for that time slot, and hear that? Maybe I'm not hearing the smile. Could you just smile? And you're like, okay, timing. Because they're really rapid turnaround. And there's nothing as weirdly, to make you self-conscious, like sitting there, because there's usually like a pane of glass between you and the engineers and the recording and the team and the writers and whoever the hell else wants to be there to watch you fall on your face. And you go, blah, 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 blah. You turn around and they just go, yeah, that's good, we'll keep it. You're like, do they love it? And I had this one woman, she was so sweet, but she was trying to give me line reads. And actors don't like line reads, because we're like, no, get out of my head. I don't want to get stuck in your line read. Just tell me what you want, and I'll try to reproduce it. I'm a professional, blah. Because you can't say that to someone, because then you come off being like one of those, how dare you! Like, so you have to listen to her give you your line reads. And she had zero intonation. And it was a very intonation heavy, like, they wanted it to sound like very announcery and blah, 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 blah. And she